Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TIS. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about, this is going to be a two-part, not two-part video, but two-section video. First part, I'm going to talk about the Xscape live performance at the Strength of a Woman, thing that happened earlier this month. And then I also going to be talking about Kandi's interview with her husband Todd on Speak on It, which is her YouTube show. And then I'm also going to talk about the stuff that about the little interview she had with Andy Cohen and Watch What Happens Live. Some of the topics kind of intertwined with Speak on It. But just like I just mentioned, I finally got a chance to see a clip of Xscape doing a live performance with the Strength of a Woman festival that Mary J. Blige was responsible for putting on this year. People are starting to go back to concerts and festivals, and it's the summertime, and it's getting to be the summertime. A lot of people are going to be going to festivals and concerts and stuff like that. And so I think they did it earlier this month. I think they did it for Mother's Day, and I finally got a chance to listen at it last night. The group was on point. The stage presence was there like always. All the girls' vocals were on point. Nobody was singing off tone, off key, and I did like the way they were dressed. Kandi had on. I think Kandi had on a yellow bodysuit with a small skirt wrapped around and had a split. Latosh had on a long like velvet purple jumpsuit. Her sister had on a short like purple like shimmy with like a little shimmery sparkle things onto her little jumpsuit short set. And then Tiny had on the blue silk pants along with the shimmery shirt. So all of them looked good. The outfits looked good. The DJ that they had was loud and hyping up the crowd. It was hyping up the crowd until Xscape came out, and then he introduced Xscape. By their names, and then he called them out, and then they got on to perform. The first song they sung was, I think, Groove Thing, and then the second song was Secret. I think the third song was Make Love to Me. I think the fourth song was Just Kicking It. The fifth song was Who Can I Run To, I think the fifth song. The songs are not in order, but those were the songs that they sung. It was like 6 of them. And so like I said, and then while in the middle of their performance, they decided to bring on the mothers because it was a Mother's Day thing. And Tiny got kind of mixed up. She gave Latosh and Tamika's mama, the second Tamika, gave her the yellow roses when she was supposed to get the red roses, and then she switched up. So, this is supposed to be Mama Joy's, because Mama Joy's supposed to get the yellow roses because Kandi had on yellow, because they were giving the flowers out according to their costume. But she kind of made up for it, and they were glad that their mothers came on. Oh, and the last and sixth song was Understanding, because they sung that song, right after they set their mothers on the stage and stuff. And the live performance was really good and stuff like that. Now, that's one thing I could say. A lot of these old groups from the 90s like Xscape and all of them, they're still out here performing, doing concerts and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and they're selling out, because even Anita Baker's concert's been selling out. So yeah, it's like the OGs are selling out, and I guess the OGs are setting away for some of the newer audience to come out and perform live again. And so on another note, she was talking to Todd on a Speak on It episode, and she asked Todd a couple of questions. She asked Todd, what do we think about Drew and Ralph's situation on the show, and he was just saying that he was just so happy that they were nice to share their experiences, and he was saying that some of the stuff they're going through, they had been going through before the show happened, and they just decided to air it on the show. He said that was very nice and commendable of them, and she said, well, don't you think it make them look bad? He said, no, I don't think it make them look bad. It just make them look human and relatable, and they're willing to tell their story about some of the stuff they've been going through in their marriage. I think they're just going through stuff in their marriage just like every other couple. That's what Todd had said. And then she asked Todd, how do you like all the couples? He said Sonia and Ross were okay, but he said Ross was more laid back than Sonia. And then she asked him about Marlo. He said Marlo is up and down with him. He said because Marlo had been trying to get a peach for a while, and she had been just saying any old thing about people riding people's coattail. I put in my notes, he was talking about Nene because she sure was riding Nene's coattail for a while until her and Nene had kind of left ways a little bit. I think in season 13. But anyway, get back to that, and then he was saying that she was saying she didn't like the way Kenya was coming at Ralph, and then Todd said he didn't like that either. He said because the guys can't say nothing. He said if Ralph would have said something, people would have said he would have been aggressive and he talking toward a woman. So he said Ralph just had to sit up there and take it. And he said that's the bad thing about the guys. They don't even be involved in the stuff, but the women bring them up, and then they have to try to defend themselves, which they really can't, because if they defend themselves, they'll look like a crazy person going after a woman. And then Kandi say, yeah, you right, Todd. I really don't like that either, where the men can't really defend themselves on the show and stuff. And so after that, somebody asked Kandi, how does she like when she see the clips back that the women be on her side for one minute, and then the next minute they talking about her? She said that's annoying to her, because when she see the reels back and how they talking about her and she don't like this, she said that's annoying. And then so Kandi asked Todd the same question. She said, Todd, what do you think about some of the girls and stuff saying stuff about me? I'm your wife. He said, well, Kandi, I don't like it either. He said I don't like it either. He said, but I know a lot of those girls are jealous of you because you're winning and you're the queen of Real Housewives of Atlanta and stuff like that. She said, oh really? She looked kind of funny, side-eyed and stuff. He said, well, to me, I think you're the queen. Now, in my opinion, Todd is, I kind of agree with Todd to a certain extent. Now, I'll put it like this: from season 12 and maybe season 13, Kandi was kind of moving her way up to, I guess, OG status or queen status, because she had been on there for a while. But I'm gonna have to do a pushback too. From seasons 1 through 12 and maybe half of 13, Nene was holding the show down. But it seemed like when Nene got into that little brawl in 13, where she didn't want the people in her closet and stuff, Nene's shine started wavering, and then for 19 and 20, Portia kind of picked up the show for 2 years, and then when that Bolo stuff got out of hand on 13, Portia did not come back this season for season 14 and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So I do kind of agree with Todd, like I say, to a certain extent. Between 2019 and 2020, yeah, Kandi became the it girl, but before that, Nene was the it girl, and in between that, Portia became the it girl a little bit. So he does have some valid points about that and stuff like that. And so Kandi asked him, what about the show Kandi in the Gang? And so he said he liked Kandi in the Gang. He was glad they gave the young people a platform to do something on, and they were relatable, and it was a family show. And Kandi said, yeah, I was getting a lot of tweets, and a lot of people say every week they laughed. He said, yeah, it was some funny moments along with a few drama moments. He said, but I'm glad for the show and stuff like that. And then Todd said, well, I hope the show come back. Now I'm going to segue into the Watch What Happens Live thing. And so what happened, Andy was asking Kandi a couple of questions about the show, and then she was saying, well, yeah, you know, Drew and Ralph kind of took it hard the first couple of episodes and stuff, and she was saying, yeah, that the way he was talking to what you call was what reminded Kenya of Mark, but she said she thought Kenya was a little bit too hard on Ralph or something like that. And then after that, he read a fan card, and the fan card said, well, what's going on with the old lady gang and stuff? And you could tell that what you call was looking kind of funny. She said, well, everybody doing good, the restaurant doing good, everybody doing good. And then she said Patrick and Safari is still going strong. And then they mentioned about it. She said, yeah, Chandrika is still doing good too. And then that's when Andy chimed in and said, what about Brian? She said, oh, Brian doing real good. He doing real good and stuff like that and stuff like that. And she said, oh, even the old ladies are doing good. And then Andy Cohen said, oh, next question. But he was sure looking at side eye, making sure Kandi didn't say nothing that was gonna be out of the way. And so after that, he read another letter, and and a fan said something about Xscape and Destiny's Child. I kind of saw a little clip of it and stuff, and so Lil Jon was saying, oh, it'll be Xscape, and then Kandi said, well, yeah, I think, you know, even though I think we'll have a good versus battle if it would have been between Xscape and Destiny's Child. And some people pulling back and say, oh no, this is now. I will say this, as far as mainstream hits and pop songs and getting into mainstream and R versus R&B, Destiny's Child would have had a better chance of winning, because they not only had R&B type hits, they also had mainstream hits. Now, as far as Xscape had a couple of hits that could be classified as mainstream, but most of their stuff was either hip hop and rap. When they first started out with a genre, so that would be my only downfall with them. Destiny's Child had more radio hits, more pop hits, and they got a little bit more, you know, awards and accolades and stuff like that. But Xscape had a lot of hits too. But I think it would be like a little. It would be a little edge above for Destiny's Child than it would be for what you call. And so it's like people were going back and forth on those two things with Kandi and them. But like I said, Kandi had valid points. Todd had valid points and stuff like that, and so there are valid points on each side of the corner, the flip corner of this thing. But this is A. Wesley. That ain't he tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.